It's time to go behind the story, featuring the leading voice of one of today's top topics.
And today we're welcoming in, of course, a friend of the program, Dr. Fred Hoffman from Mercyhurst University.
Good to see you, sir.
And sir, you have just returned from a really incredible trip across seas.
Yes. It was my fourth time since 2019 going to Bucharest, Romania to work with the Romanian colleagues.
And what was that like for you, and how long did it last?
I was there for a week. I was there, actually, I had two entities that I met with.
Shots, man.
One was with the Romanian National Intelligence University, and they're basically an analog to what we do at Mercyhurst, where they've got a baccalaureate and master's program for undergraduate students, for intelligence studies students. And we also met with their Defense Intelligence Training Center. So, yeah, we've got a great relationship with them.
Some beautiful shots there, Doctor. How welcoming were they, and how happy were they to see you?
There are no more gracious people on earth than the Romanians.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, President Trump has announced a deadline of August 8th for a ceasefire, or else sanctions will be imposed. What do you think? Will a deal be done by then, Doctor?
Well, it depends. It's hard to say because what the Russians want and what we want are two very different things. And I don't think that there's necessarily room for compromise. But the thing is, are their pressure points sensitive enough that the pressure we're putting on them is going to bring them to the table? That's what I think the question is going to be.
Doctor, do you think that the president deserves a little bit of criticism? He said on day one we're going to have peace and a deal done between Ukraine and Russia. Now it's August and still a deal isn't done, sir.
Well, I don't know that you can necessarily lay this at President Trump's feet. He might have been overly optimistic. And also, it's not like in the business world where you kind of do your intelligence, you do your homework, you figure out how do I bring these two parties together. The problem is you had two basically intractable positions, right? If the Ukrainians stop fighting, they lose Ukraine. And what the Russians are saying and doing is it's pretty serious stuff. And there's not a lot of wiggle room where you could say, okay, you give up this and you give up that and play nice together.
So what comes next now, Doctor, for both Russia and Ukraine? What do you think?
Well, I think the Trump administration, I think, has finally come around. I'm encouraged by that because this is not just a schoolyard fight between two kids and you come out as a teacher, you break it up, right?
Right.
But which I've done a few times. But anyway. And I think that our going in position, the administration's going in position on this might have been a little naive or maybe underinformed, okay? Because one of the challenges is the Russians are hitting Ukrainian civilian targets. The Ukrainians are targeting critical infrastructure, and they're going about it in a very strategic way because they too know you got to hit Russia's pressure points.
Doctor, final question. Do you think it's a show of strength from the United States to have two submarines over in Russia's region right now? Oh,
yeah, it lets them know that we're not a paper tiger. Mao Zedong used to say about the United States back in the 1960s, oh, yeah, you guys are just on paper. No, we're not a paper tiger. We have capabilities. No, by the way, our stuff works.
That's right.
Just saying.
Sir, always great to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
It's always a pleasure.